Hello, everybody, and welcome. Today, we are talking about what is finally about to happen. We are finally about to have our first monthly online competitive Pauper Commander tournament series starting up here soon. I'll make sure to leave a link in the description as to where you can join the Discord server and find all the information. But for what you need to know, the first time this tournament is happening is going to be on May 13th at 10 a.m. Eastern is when it's starting. And I'll leave links in the description. You can go join the Discord, get ready, because it's going to be awesome. So, today, I just want to talk about this series is starting up. What do you need to think about? What do you need to prepare for? Well, if you don't know, I actually have a podcast with Chris, Gatorbait TV, where we talk about competitive Pauper and specifically tournament prep, talking about tournament decks, all that kinds of stuff. So you can go check out that podcast called The Common Theory. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. But today, we're going to look at what some of the top commander choices are according to the statistics that we've recorded for currently in 2023, our all-time statistics, what has done well in terms of win rate, as well as what was represented at the Riches to Rags tournament in Pennsylvania here recently, a couple months ago. So, what do you need to be worried about? Well, if we take a look at what has been popular in our data that we've gathered on the cpdh.guide website, we see Gretchen, Third Path Iconoclast, Gut, and Inspiring Leader, Rilsa Rail, Drake, Viscopa, Weavers, Passageway Seer. We see a lot of combo decks and mid-range, and we see smatters of some other archetypes. But for the most part, we see a lot of combo with decks like Gretchen and Weavers and Viscopa Guildmage, as well as mid-range with decks like Third Path Iconoclast, Rilsa Rail, Crackling Drake, which can be mid-range or combo, or even control. Crackling Drake is really hard to pin down. And there are a couple of aggro decks like Gut, Inspiring Leader, sometimes Passageway Steer, stuff like that. But for the most part, we see a lot of combo, we see a lot of mid-range, we see a lot of blue. And if we take a look at the most popular commanders of all time, we've got Third Path. Yeah, so this is actually looking at some of the most winning commanders of all time. So we've got Third Path, Iconoclast, Gut Inspiring Leader, Armix Dargo, Aethersworn Sphinx, Gretchen, Witherbloom Apprentice. So up here we actually see a good variety of decks. Still a lot of blue. So if you're considering playing cards like Pyroblast and Red Elemental Blast, those will probably be good in a tournament setting. Although, notably, these records, all of this data that is collected is not necessarily from tournaments. So a deck like Armix and Dargo, you might not see as much in a tournament setting just because it's kind of a slower deck usually. It's more controlling, and those can be really hard to pilot under time constraints. But yeah, in tournament settings, here's the decks that were played at the Riches to Rags tournament. And we see a lot of blue once again. Let's see, how many combo decks do we have? If we just search combo, we get 12 decks that pop up. And some of these have multiple archetypes assigned to them. Mid-range, we get 15. So a lot of combo, a lot of mid-range. In terms of aggro, only 5 decks show up. And if we take a look at control, We actually see 8, so a decent amount of control, but most of these are combo control if you take a look. So they're much more combo oriented and have control listed as an archetype more so because they're just trying to make sure that they can control the game long enough to get to their combo. Like for example, we see 2 Tatyova decks and a Weaver's deck and Gretchen listed as combo control. And they do play a bit of control, but for the most part, those are just hard combo decks. I wouldn't really call them control decks. And then if we take a look at the top commanders of all time, we see a lot of the decks that we've talked about already here. A lot of combo, a lot of mid-range. So that's what I would probably look towards trying to beat. Or, if you don't feel like you can beat them, join them. Play some Third Path, play some Gut, play some Gretchen. Do any of that stuff. All you have to really make sure is that you can win efficiently and that you can win in the time constraint, which is the big thing, because it's going to be 90-minute rounds. So you can't play a deck that takes 2 hours to win. That's just not how tournament structures work. So hopefully I get to see a lot of you guys playing in this tournament. I believe I may actually be on commentary for you guys alongside Gator. So that'll be fun. And yeah, make sure to leave a comment down below if you're going to play. Maybe tell us what you're playing. Maybe tell us what you're ready to play against. Or maybe don't tell us any of that stuff because you want to keep your tournament prep secret. But definitely make sure to let me know in the comments below if you're playing. Leave a like on the video. And make sure to check in the description for that Discord link and all of that jazz. I'll see y'all soon, hopefully.